there's no way to stop a partition action if I'm the receiving party unless I buy them out. Like if one person wants out and unless I buy them out or the property gets sold, there's nothing I can do to basically keep that party in a marriage that they no longer want to be a part of, in other words, right?
Ultimately not, right? That, again, so we believe, think about land is a finite resource, right? There's only so much land. So we want it to be used to its best functional use as a society. So this is kind of built into our legal system, right? So like you see a property and if it's landlocked, right? Maybe a property doesn't have access to a road, the court will order an easement, right? It will in 99% of the cases give that person a right. They'll make them pay for it, but they'll give them a right because they don't want the land to not be able to be used, right? We believe in that. So same thing with this, right? It's about highest and best use of a finite resource. So at the end of the day, the court is going to resolve the issue. They're not going to make you stay married. Again, absent some sort of fraud or deceit or things like that. And in those cases, you might be able to get attorney's fees if there was some misrepresentation or, malfeasance, things like that. And so, kind of going back to your last comment too, we're kind of analogizing this to a divorce. If you're going to go into business with someone and invest in property, you want a prenup, right? You want a contract that says, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to handle these situations. If somebody wants out, this is the process for that to happen, right? You want to have a plan and be prepared for the things that could happen, right? So I'm a big fan of owning properties in limited liability companies, LLCs, single asset LLC. So if I own 10 properties, I don't want 10 properties in one LLC, right? Because if something bad happened to one of them, I could lose all of them. Whereas if I have 10 LLCs, then if there's a slip and fall and I lose one of the properties, I've still got the other 9. They're not owned by the same entity. But so in the LLC agreement, the operating agreement, you build in, who the partners are, what they've contributed, what they get out, how, when, right? You plan it out. You have a plan because, so think about, there's liquid assets and illiquid assets, right? Liquid assets are cash, right? Things that you can easily touch, get to if you need them, something happens, right? Real property is illiquid, right? It's hard to get money out of property. There's processes to do it in the right ways and times, but it's not liquid, right? So you got to have people who are investing in property should have other liquid assets to be able to manage the ups and downs of life, right? That they have, because if they have an emergency and they need 10 grand, it's not easy to get it out of a property, right?
Yeah, not as easy as maybe liquidating a stock or something.
Exactly.
Like
right.
Okay. And then I had a question, but it totally skipped my mind. That's typically how it works. Oh, this was it. Okay.